Hi there, everyone. Marc Laurenson here from Sydney Astrology School, and thank you for joining me as we look at the month of July. But what I want to do is I'm going to just zero in on one planet, and that planet is going to be Venus. And I want to just talk about her on the level of how you are going to be able to integrate her into your life in this particular month. Now, she is changing signs. She is going from Cancer into Leo, and that's what I want to concentrate on. I want to concentrate on the Venus in Leo energy, what that means to us as she moves into Leo. But, it's also going to be very personal for us as well. So I want to try to incorporate other areas of your charts, other planets that are involved, so you can get to understand her a little tiny bit more on the level of how she might affect you individually as well. Okay. So she is going to be moving into Leo in July 10, 11, depending on where you are in the world. She stays there until August 4 and 5, between August 4th and 5th. And so she's there for roughly a month. Now, her orbit, depends on retrograde. The last time she was in Leo was last year. And it was there between June 4 and 5, all the way up to October 8 and 9, because she retrograded in Leo last year. So she spent a long, long time in Leo. Now, when she retrogrades, of course, her time expands in that particular cycle for her. So she can actually do anything from, say, 9 months up to, say, 14 months, depending on if she's retrograding or not, her complete cycle, that is. Now, at the moment, she's spending roughly a month in each sign, which she tends to do most of the time. And she's going to be, as I said, in Leo between those dates that I just gave you. So, what is Venus in Leo about? Now, this is really, really tricky because Venus in Leo, when it's played well, is incredibly generous. It's beautiful on the level of being able to give love, to be able to contact other people through relationship, to be able to express, to be able to shine, to be able to create. And it needs to be able to come from us. This is so important to remember because a lot of the time, particularly when we're insecure, and most of us are feeling like that a lot of the time, aren't we? We're going to go out and we're going to look for where this love is in our lives. We're going to look for attention. We're going to look for recognition. We're going to look for somebody to approve of us or to give us a thumbs up or to love us. And so this is where it gets tricky, and this is where it gets a little bit, I want to go down the road of saying, a feeling of possibly you're not going to get your needs met the way you want them to, if that's the way you're going to approach it. If you go out into the world and if you need attention from people, if you need love from people, if you need approval from people, if something outside of you is going to make you feel good about yourself or justify your existence in some kind of way, then I'm going to say that's not going to be a very good thing for you because it will always look like you're trying to fill an empty cup, so to speak. And we need to be able to come into the Venus in Leo energy in us where we recognize, our own need to be able to shine and to be able to give of ourselves. The sun, Leo is the sun's sign. The sun rules Leo. And when you think of the sun, it gives generously on a daily basis. It comes up unconditionally every single day and just keeps us all alive. And so that Venus in Leo energy in us is our chance to be able to do that for ourselves and our chance to be able to shine in a way that other people and the things around us benefit from it as well. Okay. So there is a lot of love to give, but it's more about being able to come into a place of recognizing how much we matter, how important we are, how important our Venusian energy is in our own lives, not only to own it and not only to integrate it and to understand it and to feel good with it, but as I said before, to share it, to give it out there, to allow other people to get a piece of us, so to speak, in a really, really positive way. And that is really the highest version of doing your Venus in Leo this coming month. So if you can find ways of being able to give this energy out, to make other people feel good about who they are, to build somebody else's self-worth or self-esteem, that's really, really important for you. And you're going to get it back. You'll get it back in abundance. You're going to get the feedback that you go out looking for that way. But I want to say you're not doing it for that reason. You're not doing it for feedback. You're actually doing it in a generous kind of way. And the way the universe works, and just the way energy works, it's going to come back to you tenfold. So just remember that for this month when you're playing your Venus in Leo. Okay, so let's have a look at how she might play out in a chart. Okay, so Leo is a fixed sign, and there's 4 fixed signs, and the fixed signs are the signs in the middle of the seasons. The cardinal signs begin the seasons, and the mutable signs end the seasons, and the fixed signs are right in the middle. So they're anchoring something. There's something about their energy that wants to embed. They're like a foundational kind of energy. They're a strengthening energy of sorts. And so, they can be hard to shift. They can be hard to move. Now, this is a good thing in one way, but a not so good thing in another way, because sometimes things do need to change. Things do need to shift. And then the hardest energies to do that. But then on the positive side, we need determination. We need resilience. We need that focus that fixed signs are really, really good at doing. So I just want to say that for you to be able to come into a more fixed energy, on the level of what you find important in your life, what you find important in a healthy way in your life, and dedicate yourself to it. And I want to go down the road of saying, let's play with creativity for a minute, because Venus in Leo is very, very creative. Now, creative doesn't necessarily mean artistic. Everyone thinks, oh, do I have to paint, or do I have to dance, or do I have to sing? Creative just means bringing something to life. That's all creative means. So let's go down that road. Let's say this month with Venus in Leo is a creative month for you. You need to be able to find ways of being able to put your energy into something, so something comes from you, something is manifested from you this month. Okay, and so that fixed energy is that energy in you being able to be, I want to say, determined or resilient or devoted to something on that level that's going to bring something to life that's not only going to make you feel good about yourself, but other people are going to benefit from it as well. So that's that fixed energy that I'm talking about. So if you have other planets in Leo, they are going to be, the Venus is going to conjunct them over that period of time. So whatever planets they are, that Venus energy is going to infuse what I just said into those other Leo planets as well. So bring those other planets into your life in a very life-affirming, life-giving kind of way, okay? If you've got planets in Aquarius, they're going to be opposite the Venus in Leo. So Venus in Leo is going to be transiting in opposition to them. So your Aquarian planets that can actually work against this kind of energy, because the Aquarian planets always need individuation, the Aquarian planets need their freedom, the Aquarian planets often like to go against something. And I want to actually say that this time, during this month, the Aquarian planets are going to have to find something about themselves that they like on a level of possibly being able to be an energetic force in a positive way, possibly with friends, possibly with groups, possibly with areas of change. They need to be able to find a way of being able to bring something into their life that brings them, that allows them to smile, or allows them to feel alive, or allows them to be creative. Now, there might be something or someone in your life that might do this for you or might help you with this, being in the opposition to the planets in Aquarius. They might actually stimulate this area for you, okay? If you have planets in Taurus, they're going to be squaring the Venus energy. Okay, so what I'm going to be saying here is Taurus, again, another fixed sign. All the fixed signs oppose and square each other. So when you're looking at Taurus, Taurus is a very security conscious sign, as we all know. It is about stabilizing something. It is about keeping something moving in a very I want to say practical and material and a feeling of keeping things secure. And there's lots of good things to be said about that. But I want to say that the planets in if you've got planets in Taurus, they might actually feel a little bit like the Leo energy is trying to pull them out of something that they know or something that they're comfortable with. And so being able to share themselves, being able to give love, being able to be creative, I want to say those Taurus planets have to come to the party. Those Taurus planets have to find a way of maybe with the way of you being able to express yourself, it's a way of being able to build their self-worth and their self-esteem at the same time, to make them feel more secure about themselves. And it will help build your self-worth. It will help build that part of your personality that possibly at this moment in time really needs a boost in that area. Okay. If you've got planets in Scorpio, this is the other side of the square. Okay. So the planets in Scorpio are going to get a feeling of having to come out of themselves. You know how Scorpio planets tend to hold themselves back a little bit? They hold their cards quite close to their chest. The Leo energy, the Venus in Leo energy, wants them to come out, wants them actually to be on, wants them actually to show themselves. And so the Scorpio energy now needs to come into a place of trust. And this is not trusting other people. This is about trusting yourself. This is about you coming into a place of being able to say, if I show my heart, if I show my love, if I show myself on a creative level, I can trust myself enough to realize that why I'm doing this, the intention behind why I'm doing this is pure. It is godlike. And so therefore I've got nothing to be scared of. You know, I've got nothing to hide. And so those planets in Scorpio now actually start to feel, okay, I can come out and I can actually feel that I can do something. Something deep and possibly even something on the level of maybe something edgy, but at the same time, it's a feeling of me being able to really be a part of what's going on here on a personality level as well. And as I said, not be scared of it. If you've got planets in Aries, those planets are going to be trining the Taurus, the Leo, Venus in Leo energy. The Venus in Leo transit is going to be trining your Aries planets in your chart. So what it's doing is it's activating the energy of the Aries even more. Now, the Aries energy is already pretty active in your chart, but what Leo is trying to do, Venus in Leo is trying to do, is it's trying to actually give it a little bit more, I'm going to say, fun. It's trying to boost the Aries energy on the level of just going for what it wants. It feels very much like a very strongly directed force based on my will. And the Leo energy, the Venus in Leo energy, is wanting you to share it a little bit more. It's wanting you to allow this energy, it will stimulate this energy to go in the direction of possibly sharing who you are with other people. There's a lot to get out of this. And when I say a lot to get out of this, I don't mean selfishly. I mean, there's a lot to get out of this on the level of bringing love and creativity into your own life, but a lot to get out of it as you share it with other people as well. If you've got planets in Sagittarius, those planets are going to get affected by the Venus in Leo energy by trine, like the Aries planets. All the planets in the same element are all trining each other. They all make the big equilateral triangle. Okay, and so these planets are pretty exploratory. They like a bit of adventure. And can you see how the Venus in Leo energy is stimulating these planets on the level of learning, possibly wanting to learn something, possibly maybe there could be some interest going on in the creative side of who you are, and you might want to learn something about it. You might want to open up. You might want to maybe travel gets involved in this kind of thing. Maybe there's something on the level of you always loving to do something, and you've been putting it off over a period of time, and you feel, oh, you feel the juices all kind of bubbling up in you on the level of maybe this is the month for me to be able to get a book on it, or to watch a YouTube clip on it, and get stimulated that way, get stimulated by information, get stimulated by knowledge, get stimulated by wisdom. And it might take you down the road of something that brings more energy or more life or more creativity or more fun into your life as well. Okay. If you have planets in Capricorn, these planets are going to get the effect of the Venus in Leo by what's called a quincunx. Okay. Now, quincunx energy is kind of feeling like a blockage of sorts that needs to be, cracked open. So Capricorn energy in your chart might actually be very strong. It might actually be quite stable in lots of ways. Capricorn energy tends to be a little bit cautious. It tends to take its time with things. Can you see how the Venus in Leo energy might actually come into the Capricorn part of your chart and might actually want this Capricorn energy to do something, on the level of maybe finding things that excite them or finding things that light them up. But Capricorn is always looking at, how can I use this? How can this be useful? How can this be productive? So maybe this month is a really, really good time to sit down and actually go, okay, I can actually put this into something that goes somewhere. I can actually put this feeling I'm getting at the moment of being able to put my heart into something, be able to enjoy myself in a way, and I might see a through line for this. I might see it wanting to head in a particular direction. If you've got planets in Pisces, they're the other side of the quincunx, okay? So that Pisces energy for you is getting hit by the planet Venus in Leo by transit. Now, Pisces energy, as we know, is very soft. It's a softer energy. It's a more sensitized energy. It's a boundaryless energy. It's an energy that's connected to more than just what's here, more than just what's on the planet. I feel that as the Venus in Leo energy is coming into quincunx with the Pisces planets, it's trying to stimulate the Pisces planets into not just kind of wafting around in your chart. It's trying to give your Pisces planets a personality. It's trying to give your Pisces planets a feeling of they have something to do and give on a very identity conscious level. It's a little bit magical to me. It makes me feel like there's something quite beautiful on offer here. But it's just about being able to put that Pisces energy into something where it can actually identify with it a little bit more. So it's a beautiful energy. It's a very creative energy. It's a very artistic energy. It's an energy that makes me feel like it wants to go into other worlds to create in some kind of way. It's just a matter of being able to bring these two together and not have them at odds with each other. It's a feeling now of being able to use your imagination or use your intuition in a way where you can be the source of what this means, and to be able to give and to be able to share it generously. So this is going to be an incredibly beautiful month with Venus in Leo. when she's played well, as I said at the beginning, she's got so much to give. She's got a lot of love to give. I know people with Venus in Leo in my life, in my personal life, um, and they are very, very heart-centered people. Um, and I'm lucky enough to know the ones who are using it well. Um, they are they're full of life, and they're full of love, and uh, for their own good, they feel like they have to constantly give it. And as I said before, as they constantly give it, they're automatically getting it back. And so, as I said, if you can concentrate on that side of the Venus in Leo this month, this is going to be a really, really, really wonderful month for you.